The plaza outside the tomb of the unknown soldier was silent, too silent. Tourists had their phones up, the sentinels marched with razor-sharp precision, and the cold November air carried that familiar, sacred stillness. But then, a shout cracked through the quiet. "Step away from the veteran!" People turned. A young tomb guard, Specialist Elias Ward, stood beside an elderly man who had collapsed near the marble steps. Elias was supporting him, one arm around the man's back, the other steadying his tremor-filled hands. This was not protocol. A pair of military police rushed forward, boots pounding the ground. "Specialist Ward," one snapped, "you abandoned your post. You are under arrest." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Elias said nothing. The old veteran looked terrified, and the plaza, once silent, felt ready to explode. The MPs grabbed Elias by the arms. "You know the rules," one said. "Tomb guards do not break formation. Ever." But moments earlier, Elias had seen the old man sway, stumble, and collapse just inches from the black line, the line no one crosses. Elias had to act. The crowd watched as the veteran struggled to stand. He was thin, shaking, and well into his 80s. His cap read, "Korean War, 1952. "Let the boy go," the old man pleaded. "He saw me falling. I couldn't breathe." "Sir, you must stand back for your own safety," one MP said. The veteran clenched his jaw. "My safety. Son, I've lived through worse. That soldier saved me." But rules were rules. Elias was placed in restraints. The veteran looked devastated. He whispered, more to himself than anyone else, "Not again. They said we were forgotten once. Not again." The crowd finally understood. This wasn't just any veteran. This moment meant something deeper to him. The MPs began escorting Elias toward the administration building, when the click of hard shoes echoed across the plaza. A staff sergeant sprinted toward them. "Hold all actions, hold!" Behind him walked a man whose very presence straightened every back in sight. 4 stars glimmered on his shoulders. General Marcus R. Haythorne, the commander of the entire military district of Washington, approached with a stormy expression. "What is going on here?" he growled. The MPs saluted. "Sir, this sentinel abandoned his post during the changing of the guard. We were detaining him." Hawthorne's eyes snapped to the old veteran, who was now leaning against a pillar, breath shallow. "Is that true?" Elias spoke for the first time. "Sir, yes." The veteran collapsed. There was no one else close enough to help. I reacted. The general didn't speak. He simply turned to the veteran. "Sir," Hawthorne said gently, "are you injured? What happened?" The old man blinked, then studied the general's face. "Marcus," he whispered. "Marcus Hawthorne?" The general froze. The crowd leaned in. "Dear Lord, your little Hawthorne. I served with your father in 52. A ripple spread through the soldiers. The general swallowed hard. It was suddenly clear. This wasn't just a veteran. He was one of the men who fought beside the general's own father. Everything shifted. The general stepped closer, voice softer than anyone expected. "You fought with my father?" The old veteran nodded. "He's saved my life more than once." The general's jaw tightened. "Then today, Specialist Ward saved mine. And you arrested him? The MPs stiffened. Hawthorne turned to Elias. Specialist, why did you do it, knowing the consequences? Elias answered without hesitation. Sir, my duty is to honor those who served. That man wore the same uniform I do. Protocol matters, but so do people. There was a long, powerful silence. General Hawthorne looked at the MPs. Remove those restraints. They obeyed instantly. Then the general addressed the gathering crowd. Let it be known, he said, voice carrying across the entire plaza, that the honor of this place is not upheld only by rigid protocol, but by the humanity and courage of those who guard it. He turned back to Elias. Specialist, you didn't abandon your post, soldier. You fulfilled it. The crowd erupted into applause. Even the old veteran straightened, tears in his eyes. But the moment wasn't over yet. General Hawthorne placed a hand on Elias's shoulder. Specialist Ward, he said, you will resume your position. But sir, Elias said carefully, the ceremony was interrupted. The general smiled. Then we will perform it again, properly, and together. A murmur of awe swept through the plaza. The general motioned to the veteran. Sir, would you do us the honor of watching from the front? My father would have wanted that. The old man nodded, trembling with pride. Elias returned to his post. The relief sentinel stepped forward. Rifles clicked. Boots struck the ground. Every movement was razor-sharp, flawless. But this time, Elias marched with a renewed fire. Honor was no longer just a creed. He had lived it. As the ceremony concluded, General Hawthorne saluted Elias, a 4-star general saluting a specialist, and the entire crowd stood silent, breath held, witnessing a moment that would be remembered for decades. The old veteran whispered, voice cracking, "Your father would have been proud of you all." Then he stood, straighter than before, and returned the salute. The plaza was silent once more, but this time with meaning deeper than marble, deeper than ceremony. A silence of respect, a silence of honor, a silence earned by a tomb guard who chose humanity over protocol and changed everything.